Next slide. So, as mentioned, I'm in Vries, so I'm the director of the National Electric Mobility Program within South Africa. It is essentially a government program because the primary funder of the program is a government agency. uYilo means to create, so it's the Xhosa phrase to create. So those are one of the 11, even 12 official languages now in our country. So to create, and hence the mandate of the program is to create an enabling environment for South Africa's e-mobility ecosystem and its technologies. Next slide. So someone at the Technology Innovation Agency or at the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation 12 years ago had the foresight to establish this particular program. The program is hosted at the Nelson Mandela University, but it is a national program. And as I've already mentioned, the mandate of the program. It obviously supports at the bottom left-hand corner all of those international goals and agendas and agreements, and then nationally within South Africa, it supports the Green Transport Strategy, our EV white paper, the Just Energy Transition Investment and Implementation Plan, and then the Transport Just Transition Plan. The program essentially has four strategic focus areas, and I'll highlight the aspects that deals with what is relevant to this presentation in terms of boosting the e-mobility sector within emerging markets. So under core strategy one speaks of the facilitation and enabling advising, which will support the increased uptake of electric mobility vehicles. And this obviously refers to all kinds of electric mobility vehicles. The area I want to point out is the public policy efforts. So there's being a government program and having all the relevant major national government representatives as part of the program steering committee. The program has a strong focus on policy advocacy. Although there's still a lot that needs to be done within South Africa as far as policy and regulation is concerned regarding the e-mobility space, there is now at least some movement around that particular area. For example, there's the 1 billion industrial fund the government has launched. And this one particularly supports the local manufacturing of the EVs and of the batteries, and also projects related to manufacturing efficiency. Then there's the 150% tax rebate that will be launched in March of 2026, specifically that for investment within NEVs, NEV manufacturing assets. And then what's still under consideration is the VAT and customs exemption for EV purchases, and also the import of EV components like your batteries and your motors and etc. The other core strategy, core strategy 2, deals more with technology demonstration, right? So the program itself being located at a university, there's a lot of applied research and there's a lot of technology demonstration and pilots with industry in order to support the industry and the growth of the industry. Areas of focus is around advanced energy storage, is around smart grid ecosystems. In the next slide, we see some of the facilities that will highlight some of those aspects. And then there's also a lot of research flat research going on in the area of micro mobility under this particular pillar. Skill development, we know being an emerging sector, it needs to get a lot of attention. So that's also one of the major areas that the program focuses on. And not just skills development for those who work on these particular vehicles, but also those who are interested in innovation, those who are entrepreneurial minded. Now, core strategy 4 is essentially more relevant to the support that is given around SMEs, around innovators and entrepreneurs, and just general enterprise development for the space. And I'll speak more about our Kickstart Fund and then also highlight some areas where we are supporting enterprise development within the area, especially of the energy storage and the battery technologies. Next slide. So these are some of the facilities at the Nelson Mandela University where the program is based. So we've got the only accredited materials and battery testing facility within the country. We've got the batteries group, the energy storage group at the university. We've got the electric vehicle systems group, and then, as I mentioned, bottom left-hand corner, that's what we call our live testing environment, consisting of the solar array charging stations, second life batteries for storage purposes. So that's where the smart grid testing, development, and demonstration happens. Across from that facility, a number of containers also where some of the rapid testing equipment is housed, but also where some of the recycling research work is happening. So around safe dismantling, shredding, neutralizing of these batteries for safe transport to those companies that will then extract some of these valuable minerals. So are those batteries that cannot be used for second life purposes. Okay, and as we know, I mean, the ecosystem is quite broad. There is a lot of moving parts. Hence, you'll also see some of my latest slides, especially under the Kickstart Fund, the variety of projects that we have support to commercialize within the space within South Africa. Next slide. Also just to mention in terms of support to industry and the growth of the sector, the work that we're doing under the recycling, for example, of the batteries, is then to develop protocol that can be then given to industry or any companies that's interested in creating a business, entrepreneurs that's interested in creating a business within the space of the battery recycling. So in terms of enterprise development support, our Kickstart Fund plays a major role. Today, we've supported the 3 projects to the value of about 65 million across South Africa. It is grant funding, being an emerging sector, development finance is a key aspect in terms of boosting this particular sector and getting growth within the sector. So for those of you who are familiar with South Africa, so most of the projects supported has been within the Western Cape, within the Eastern Cape and Gauteng province, 1 project each in Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal. The central provinces are still some of the major underserved provinces within South Africa as far as electric mobility is concerned. So no support there from the Kickstart Fund, but personally I've been engaging with government officials and other entities in those provinces, setting up MOUs, trying to initiate projects and just getting interest growing around this particular space, so that we can also get enterprise development going as far as electric mobility is concerned within those various provinces. On your right hand side, those are just some examples of some of the SMMPs that we've been supporting in terms of the battery testing. So the testing of lithium batteries or even phase composition analysis of materials, testing of geological samples, performance testing of cells. And it just so happens that there's also a company from Kenya that we've done some capacity both branch performance testing on their particular batteries. Next slide. So here's just some examples of projects that we have supported. Specifically chosen these three examples because the top one that speaks to your products and technologies within the micro-mobility sector. So that's from a company called Struel within South Africa. Struel being the Afrikaans and Dutch word for current. So we have supported them to develop the example e-bike trailer. On the next slide, you will see how this initial small funding groups to develop this product has moved them quite a long ways. Bottom left, I'm highlighting this particular one because it was a feasibility study supported on a premises called the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town. This particular e-mobility initiative is strictly women-owned and strictly women drivers, right? Again, I will highlight the progress that they have made. Bottom right hand corner, another one of our staff projects is the feasibility study that we support with the Golden Arrow bus service. So one of the major bus services in Cape Town. So we supported them also with the study to see whether you can make this business sense for them to switch to electric buses. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so I mentioned Struel. So here we can now see some of their sexier models from where they started from. So this is the new e-car bike trailer. That's what the new bikes look like. This is the newer project that is supported them on to specifically also develop that confidence-based model to your right. Top right hand corner, not just for the local market, but also then for export purposes. I refer to the green pair, and so currently I think within their fleet, they probably now have at least about 15 three-wheelers, and on a rotational basis, they employ approximately 30 female drivers. So roll then Golden Arrow bus services in March of this year. They then officially launched their electric buses. So after the feasibility study, they then signed a contract with the uYilo to procure 120 electric buses. Today, they've got about 89 of the buses already on the road, and they've got about 25 charging stations running to support those electric buses. Next slide. So this slide just again demonstrates the diversity of projects that has been supported by the program in order to boost the sector from an innovation perspective, from a manufacturing perspective, from a job creation perspective. Top left hand corner, that's a project by a company in Mpumalanga to support them to develop battery grade manganese sulfate, which they are now exporting very successfully. Supported companies in terms of developing batteries and battery technologies, charging station that top right hand corner, that's a fast charger developed by a company called Microcare with the listed products of South Africa. Bottom left hand corner, Flex EV, that's an electric minibus taxi that they brought into South Africa. We're supporting them with a project to develop charging hubs within the Cape Town area. Project supported by Vries in the motorbike. That was more software related project. The group to tech within the let's call it entertainment or more recreational area. There we supported them with development of an electric quad bike and electric trailer. Next slide. As we said, training, skills development is integral to the development of the sector. Support of the sector today we train over 300 individuals in e-mobility and accredited programs, including 140 youth. We've successfully run incubation or acceleration programs on part of the eight entrepreneurs, working around youth entrepreneurs. Also a strong focus on female participants. So at least about 30 to 40% female participation from each cohort. Next slide. So this will seem to be my final slide, but it's also then essential within the context of the just energy transition and the just transport transition that we do not leave our rural communities and our township communities behind as far as this sector is concerned. We know, I think earlier it was mentioned that Kenya is 80% rural. But in South Africa, most of the provinces is at least about 40% rural. So this is a smart energy solution for Africa project. Kenya was also one of the participants. South Africa was selected as one of the validation sites. So it's a project that provides a living lab consisting of a solar hub of renewable energy that also that provides internet access to that community. Also that comes with two electric vehicles, one for utility purposes, one for passenger purposes. And within this community was a non-profit organization that took ownership of this particular project. So a project like these for rural communities, for townships, is then also essential in terms of this transition. Lastly, with all of these companies that I've mentioned, or these products and technology that we develop, I would then also want to encourage, because we are looking at intentionally also collaborating across Africa. We're looking at strengthening partnerships across Africa. So let's see where there can be partnerships for collaborative initiative around uYilo, the program, but also with some of these companies from South Africa that uYilo has been supporting. I know Rome Electric is now actively engaged also in South Africa in terms of building their footprint in South Africa itself. I've had some discussions. I visited Rome. Where are we today? Yeah, yesterday. I visited with Hans and Mikel. I think yes. I visited there. I've had some discussions with Stephen McCock, driving products initiative within South Africa. So yes, let's look at where we can partner, where we can work together to really establish a significant industry and a vibrant industry around electric mobility across the continent. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any question for
And please feel free to let us update offline